Welcome back. In the previous video I showed you how you could create a new Maven project, use the Speedment tool to generate code from a database, and how you could control the way the code is represented by using the Speedment tool. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can actually write an application using Speedment. So I have all the generated code here from the previous videos, so I'm going to go ahead and create a main file. And just as you always do, I create a public static method. And here we can initialize our application. And as you can see, Speedment has already generated an application class and a builder pattern for that. So we're going to go ahead and use those generated classes. So I say that I want an employee application, call it app, and then initialize it as a new application builder. And here we have a number of options available before we build the actual instance. So in this case, my MySQL database have a password. So I'm going to set the runtime password that it's going to use when connecting once and for all in the builder. And as you can see, my password is super secure. And then we build the instance. If you dig down and watch all the widths that are available, you can see that there are a number of different options that you can set here. But right now we're going to go ahead and do a very simple setup. So the next thing, what we want to do is we want to show you how easily you can stream over contents in the database. So I'm going to go ahead and retrieve one of the managers for a table in the database. So let's say that we want the employee. So the generated class is called employee manager. And I'm just going to call that instance for employees. So how we access the instance is that we take the app and then get or throw employee manager.class. And using this pattern with the get or throw, we can access all kinds of different classes that have been initialized automatically when we built our Speedment instance. And if we use this manager, you can see that we have access to a number of different things. We can, for example, stream over the contents in the database and then do something with them. So in this case, I'm just going to do a for each all and system out print them. So if I launch this application now and select the main class, you will see that it will start printing out rows in the database. But this is a bit tiresome because there are hundreds of thousands of rows in this database and we don't want to select all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and add a filter. So how you create filters in Speedment is that you use the generated classes just as before. So in this case, I'm going to take the Speedment interface, the employee interface, and then press dot, and then I have access to the different fields here. And as you can see, we have the birth date from the previous video that we changed to a long here, for an example. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and say first name, and then equal one of the names here on the right. So let's take Nigel. So if I relaunch the application now, you will see that it finishes much quicker. And here you can see that I've printed out all the Nigels that are present in our database. Great. But there's still a lot of people here. So I'm going to go ahead and change it and add a second filter so that I also sort out the people that have the last name Valesco. So we add a filter and then say last name equal Valesco. So I relaunch the application. And now we see that there is only 2 people in our employee database that had the first name of Nigel and the last name of Valesco. Great. But now you might wonder, do this really stream over every row in the database and then filter it on the client side? Or does it actually send the filters to the database? And we can actually see this if we attach a logger. So I'm going to add a with logger to the builder instance, and then I'm going to add the stream logger and import it statically. And now I'm going to be able to see what MySQL query is being sent to the database. So as you can see now, here it does a select followed by all the columns of the entities that we wanted, where, and it does a case-sensitive equal on the first name and a case-sensitive equal on the last name. So this is only going to return exactly 2 values to the Java stream. So this is a very efficient SQL query. So thank you for watching.